originally composed by Ben E. King and now performed by Karen Gibson and the Kingdom Choir, The Royal Wedding. Stand by me. I'm sure that's the conversation on the minds of those protesters who are now on remand and those who are asking for them to be freed. They want people to stand by them.
Absolutely.
And somebody said that if we allow them to serve their 2 weeks remand, it means that we would have failed them, we would have failed their generations and their family and their friends and everybody else. And then the key question that comes to mind is, what wrong did they do? Asking that Galamsey be stopped. What wrong did they do? What
Johnny,
wrong did they do?
What wrong did they do? You woke up in the morning, hopefully took your bath, went to the demonstration grounds. Now you found yourself all in a bid to get duty bearers to sit up and stop Galamsey. Today you've woken up in Sawam.
The same issue for which the government set up a 5-member ministerial committee to deal with. The same thing. We are singing the same hymn from different hymn books.
What did they do?
What did they do?
They dared attempt to go near the high office of president.
There was one gentleman who said, "Look, I'm from," and he was wearing white.
Yes.
Said, "I'm from Mass. I went to Mass. Sixtus and I, we attend Mass all the time. We went to Mass. I am going home. The road is blocked. I was walking. Koti picked me. I am going to chop 2 weeks in remand." I can't sing.
The sad part is that we are not in a country where people really use the law. Otherwise, the Ghana Police Service would have been slapped with so many suits.
But they have suits pending from last year when these same arrests happened. So people are actually testing the law, but Sixtus to what end?
Because elsewhere,
it's pending till now.
Before the police pick you up, they are very mindful of how they even arrest you, because you could be left off the hook if the arresting officer goes contrary to the law.
That's right.
The office itself, the department itself, could be slapped with a serious lawsuit that could cost them so much. So many millions.
And that's why they spend a lot of time to say, "Okay, Helen, can I see some ID?"
Yes.
And then they check and then they confirm if it's you they're really looking for. They show your warrants. They explain your rights to you. They tell you are entitled to a lawyer of your choice.
But in our country, these things don't seem to matter to the police.
I think that
they just grab you by your trousers.
It doesn't
To
matter.
you anyhow,
they just talk to you anyhow.
Slap you. You are nothing.
Cool.
It's crazy. We've normalized it.
Officers of the Ghana Police Service are sworn to serve and protect us. How can my bodyguard turn against me?
If they were still called the force, I don't know what it would look like.
No, that's the problem.
I don't know what it would. You've gone from force to service, and all we're seeing is brute force. If it was still the force, Sixtus, I don't know how it would look like.
And you see, to think that these things are happening under the gentle, prayerful, respectful Inspector General Dr. Ekufu Dampare.
I think that people use God to fool us. The battle is the Lord's, the battle is the Lord. Today the battle is where? Felicity, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Johnny. Thank you too for reaching out to us.
What is the weather looking like, please?
Thanks so much. Good morning to our viewers and listeners. We still expect variably cloudy conditions for the entire country. We still have some chances of rain and thunder over some places along the coast, the middle, and parts of the northern sector. For the state of the sea, we still expect it to remain rough. And today, we also have some cloudiness and possibility some showers over the ocean. Volta Lake, cloudy weather is expected with some rain and thunder in the afternoon towards the evening hours. So they need to be careful. But we will be updating them with our marine forecast at 10 a.m.
Felicity, I thank you very much. But before you go, I know that the fisher folks are also now more interested in the weather updates. They're tuning to listen. What message have you for them?
Yes, the state of the sea is still expected to be rough, so they need to navigate with caution. Likewise, the Volta Lake, we are expecting some rain and thunder for the forecast this afternoon into the evening hours, so they need to be extra careful. For the ocean, some cloudy situation is expected with possibility of some showers. We are not expecting that as thunderstorms over the ocean, but then they are likely to have some showers. But they can go about their normal navigational activities.
Felicity, thank you very much indeed for your time. We're grateful that you could join us with the update every morning. We're grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
It's the mentor Sixtus, and he says he who came to cancel all these things. Oh my God. What I wanted to do, If he had allowed me small, Oh, I know where to get it. Oh my God. The business analyst this morning says list of nominees released for the 28 GJA Media Awards. That's the 75th year anniversary ahead of awards night on Saturday. Also, Africa wants opportunities, not handouts. Has the GJA said anything useful about Galamsey and Stop Galamsey now? I don't know. Economic Development Bank of Ghana emphasizes importance of gold as reserve asset. ECG boss resigns. Johnnie? But we should celebrate him. At least he respects resignation. Newmont appoints first female chief metallurgist. Okay, we wish her well. Engineer Margaret. Congratulations to you. The Daily Graphic this morning says Students Loan Trust Fund disburses 20 million Ghana cedis to students. Winner takes all system must stop. Promoting inclusive government. Experts are advocating will the political class listen. I don't know. 32 journalists, media houses nominated for awards, and our own part of the tall list. President Akufo-Addo, the UN General Assembly Security Council needs overhaul. Structure deficient in addressing global challenges. Let me not say what I want to say. Reports in Europe on used clothing misleading, according to the association. Rains cause gridlock in Accra. Helen, what do you have?
All right, I'll take you to the Ghanaian Times this morning. The front page has this to say: At UN General Assembly, will hold free, fair, transparent elections. President assures international community. There's a picture to go along with that story. I watched the president speak. He didn't
tell them that he wants to hand over to an MPP person.
No.
By hook or crook.
No, he didn't say that.
That Champa has been talking tosh.
No.
That Salam has been talking tosh. He didn't tell them that.
I think. No, read the story.
I think the time they gave him was short. So Johnny, he couldn't have given them the background yet. So also
cut to the chase.
Yes, and also
so in conclusion,
and in conclusion, if he says everything at the 79th UN Assembly, what will he say at the 80th? Oh, still on the front page. Tidal waves threaten power installations within Aboise Enclave. Veep tours Agona West, East, Gomwa Central to canvass for votes, and gun-toting illegal miners threatening fisher folks on Black Volta Inland. Fisherman president reveals. Six, when you're done with yours, I can certainly jump into the story.
I have Ghana's favorite newspaper, and we are back. Let our people go.
Pharaoh.
NDC defends protesters.
So this is the third day on the trot that the Daily Guide has referred to protesters who hit the streets some
NDC.
5 days ago as NDC. They are committed.
Narrative.
The Daily Guide is committed to skewing this narrative. You have persons who have been picked up who have said time without number that they are non-affiliated.
But you see, even
please, Helen, don't say you have persons. Say you have Ghanaians.
Citizens.
Bona fide citizens of the Republic who are protected by the Constitution of the Republic, who are assured by the Constitution that at any point when you are arrested or picked up by the police, you will first of all be taken to court within 48 hours, and that you will be allowed access to a lawyer, legal counsel, which will represent you and prepare your adequate defense.
See,
that is what the Constitution
My only problem with this is that in years to come, Ghanaians, whoever it is, will pick up the Daily Guide in 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years. And this is the headline that they'll see. Thank goodness for social media and its own archiving. Not that, I don't doubt that there are persons there who are maybe even members of the NDC. That's beside the point. But there are others in there who, I beg your pardon, who have also described themselves as just citizens, Ghanaians who don't have that affiliation. Somebody will pick this up and this will be the skewed narrative.
You are worried about the Daily Guide.
Yes.
Newspaper.
Yes.
I'm worried about the falsehood that is injected into a narrative, even in Parliament. When the president himself mounts the lectern to say that we are a net exporter of food, when he knows that a week before that he had told the National Security Minister to provide security for tomato importers.
That's right.
Who were stranded at the Burkina border. So he knew it, but he went to Parliament, swore an oath, and told a lie. That lie is still in the Hansard.
It's an official record.
So yes, so you are worried about newspaper. I mean, you say this is pro-MPP newspaper, so you can discard. This is official record of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana.
You're right, Johnny.
The narrative, the falsehood that is injected daily into the narrative is so bad.
That at the time that tomato prices skyrocketed,
we said we were
for
net
lack
exporter.
of shortage. We have in our official records that we are a net exporter.
And then a few months down the lane, we banned. That was the first time we sent the Deputy Agri Minister to come and ban, right, the exportation of grains. You remember that?
Yes.
So which
of the NIAs?
The Movement for Change guy, Economic Fighters League. Ni Ayi Opari. He drives Alan Chairmantin's pickup and brings it here. When we invite him to come and be on our media or Captain Smarts or 3FM or TV3, he brings Movement for Change.
That's right.
How do you say such a person is NDC? Is Alan Chairmantin not a breakaway from MPP?
That's right.
So did they not see him? How did we get there? How did we come to this insanity?
This is the
supervised by.
This is the third day.
It shows that it's deliberate. It's
the third
deliberate. It's
day.
calculated. To foist a certain narrative. Look,
as an individual, as an editor, or whatever, what is your innate belief? What is your core principle as a human being, as a person? Are you committed to representing the facts fairly, accurately, for the people to make their own assertions?
Helen, even if the people at the demonstration wore party colors, even if they wore NDC party colors, they are entitled to the rights that have been guaranteed them. And the least anybody can do is to ensure that at the point at which they were picked up, those rights were preserved, allowed them to enjoy the rights that they have been guaranteed. Is the least anybody can do. And if the media cannot see that, if sections of the media cannot see that as wrong, as evil, as an injustice that must be fought, then we are in trouble.
Look,
because see, the moment the politicians are able to have a hold on the media, then we are finished.
How dangerous is that?
Then we are finished.
How dangerous is that?
It means that the politicians are controlling everything. Today we talk about the fact that
this newspaper is owned by two politicians.
We know that.
One a former national chairman of
but even then, Johnny, in the face of blatant, I mean, come on. At some point, enough has to be enough. It can't be for cheap propaganda every day. Why?
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie.
Do you get a sense now that we are drifting away from the reason for which the people were on the streets?
Far away.
And now we are talking about frivolities. We're drifting
away.
Stop galamsey now, and we are now getting into technicalities and
far away.
Because that is what they wanted us to talk about. But go today now, the rivers are in a very bad shape. Our president was talking about climate, whatever, at the UN General Assembly yesterday. I looked at him and it felt like a joke. The whole thing that he read, it felt like a joke. I said, why is an 80-year-old man standing in front of the world and not telling them the reality and lying to them?
The good news is that the rest of the world doesn't seem to know what is happening inside.
No.
Inside the country. and the media is helping cover up sections of the media. Let me say that, because we here are not covering up.
No, we can't cover up
sections of the media helping cover up that. I mean, I have always said that it would have been a different thing if the demonstration was even to say that President Akufo-Addo resigned. The demonstration was not saying that. The demonstration was simply demanding
that you
leadership.
Galamsey.
Show leadership in the fight against Galamsey. You may not agree with them. You may have picked up intelligence that some of them, there were elements there amongst them who were out to foment and cause trouble. It's normal with every demonstration.
That's right.
We are old enough to know the demonstrations that have happened in this country, starting from Kumi Preko, and how elements hide behind lawful demonstrations to cause trouble. That is why I said on this very platform, seated on this very seat, that look, we cannot discredit the intelligence that had been picked up by the police.
Right.
We cannot. But also in dealing with that intelligence or acting on that intelligence, we cannot throw away the rights of people. I keep saying this because I know I could be next. I could just drive out there and they'll pick me up.
Oh, yes.
And I'll have no explanation.
And you will not even know where they're taking you to.
I will not know where they're
taking you.
Your family will not know. My family will not know. My family will not be able to check me. Johnny, you come and sit here. Helen, you sit on this platform every morning and make noise, and nobody will know. I will have no salvation anywhere. So that is why I take this seriously.
Sixtus, you know the 3-day demonstration that they had, Occupy Julobi House, and it's not Occupy Jubilee House. They have tagged it Occupy Julobi House.
And the media has succeeded in changing it to Occupy Jubilee House.
They said Occupy Julobi House, re-occupy Julobi House. What they did, do you know there were MPP elements who came out to challenge them on the day that they were demonstrating?
Yes.
Those MPP people who came out with a counter demonstration, did they inform the police ahead? Did they give the police 5 days notice ahead? The same thing that the police were holding these people to. The police were there. Why didn't the police arrest them?
They went through, and how they even arrived there is another thing.
Yes, I'm saying that the police, when Oliver and his people said, we want to demonstrate, they said, no, we don't have time for you, until they finally agreed. The people who came with a counter demonstration, did they apply to the police that we also want to do a counter demonstration? When they walked in there, did the police stop them? So what if violence had erupted? What would have happened? What exactly would have happened?
I was surprised they even gained access where everywhere was barricaded for this special operation.
Did the police pick any of them up? That's what we are talking about. That's the kind of police that our Dampari, a beloved Dampari, media-made Dampari, is pushing out there. That's the narrative he's pushing out there. He's clearly shown us that, okay, so now Daily Guide for the third time has told us that there's NDC people who were out there talking about Stop Galamsey now. So does it mean there's only NDC people who are interested in stopping Galamsey?
No, so it actually says, this particular headline says that let our people go, NDC defends protesters. So what it means is that you and I who are here asking that the right thing be done, we have also been categorized NDC.
Look, Nana Yabusom
defending our own.
Nana Yabusompim on our Facebook page. She says Ghana Police is a force, not a service. I comment under their post about Stop Galamsey, and they have blocked me on their page. Political policies.
Oh,
that's what he puts out there. Adole Mole says, what is happening in this country? The Gama will say, it's filthy. Chadole, good morning to you. Capsules Gerald says, Allah, we are live. Stephen Abemo says they can behave like that because the judges who should stop the nonsense are rather encouraging it. The judge had no business keeping the bogus charges alive. I think he's getting into the merits of the matter. I don't want to. But clearly, a pregnant woman in handcuffs. A pregnant woman in handcuffs. Who would have thought that this would happen?
At the point, the argument is that at the point of the arrest, you couldn't have been able to tell that this was a pregnant woman, even if the woman said so.
But you have kept the woman for 2 days.
Yes.
You had prepped her for court. And
were they prepped for court?
Well, I mean, that is what the law says.
Prepping the person for court would mean
allowing them to see the lawyer.
Person access to to their counsel, so that they can be adequately.
I saw lawyers mounting Feely Prince, one of the lawyers, for mounting a motorcycle just to catch up, because the police were doing all their best to even evade the lawyers, and he filmed himself jumping on a motorcycle just to catch up.
Can you imagine?
Just to catch up. He said, if you have any motorcycle, please come and help us. The lawyers, we just want to reach our people.
They are not terrorists, They are citizens. They are regular, ordinary citizens like us who just poured out onto the streets.
Do you remember the late Dr. Leo McPown and President Papavi? Do you remember them? How they wanted to organize a coup with scissors and some tea bread knife.
Some of them got convicted.
Yes, but I'm saying that. Do you remember tea bread? The guy tea bread like bread cutter, bread knife, and scissors and some things. They said they want to organize a coup. We actually put a helicopter on that at Impoku stretch. We said, hey, we have caught terrorists. Hey, big. Then we deployed soldiers to go and block all the borders, and people couldn't come to vote, and people were beaten to pulp in 2020.
This is not
we have
good.
Started again.
This is not good.
This is state-sponsored terrorism.
Well,
that's what it is.
If for nothing at all, I know that Mr. President likes leaving a good legacy. He wants to be known. He wants to go down into history.
Go and check the hashtags.
What does he say?
So I'm just calling on him. I'm calling
he's
on
not
him
here. He's
to redeem himself.
He's in New York.
No, they are monitoring us.
No, they are nobody's monitoring.
No, they are. I can tell you that in a certain room as we speak right now, our channel is tuned on together with other channels, and they are monitoring all the conversations.
Oh yes, even in the spaces. In the spaces when the youth gather, people penetrate the spaces. They listen.
Please convey to Mr. President that he has long enjoyed a reputation as a human rights activist. He's a respected lawyer. Cases that he championed in the law courts have become case studies for student lawyers who are forced to read and study them and quote them left, right, center. He has finally won and has executed his duties from the high office of president. He's about to bow out. He should only be concerned with one thing: